One of the biggest concepts of Alice is assistance. You can have multiple assistants, and it's like the team that you have that is always available on your demand. You can call any assistant anytime. Those assistants have knowledge about the tools and projects that you are working on because you can set their master prompt, and also you can customize how they behave. You can upload files, you can give them initial knowledge, and you can tell them what role in your team they are playing. For example, marketer or sales assistant or developer. So you can always call those assistants, and they also have some unique skills that you can define. I want to show you how to set up your assistants in Alice Apps. So let's do it right now.
At the beginning, you will only have one assistant in Alice, and you can customize this assistant by just clicking on its icon. So if you click on this avatar here, you will quickly go to the settings. And this is the default setting for the assistant. It's basically the assistant that will show up once you open Alice. But then if you have conversation with other assistants and you press Command N or just click on the new chat here, you will always default to the last used assistant in the conversations. So this is only for opening the app. Then you have the name and the description, of course, the avatar, the model, and this you want to choose wisely. So you will have a lot more models probably than me here, and the newest models as well. So make sure you select the model that is the best fit for this particular assistant. For example, if you know that the Claude models or Grok models are really good at coding, and this assistant is helping you with coding, you want to match that. Obviously, you can use the latest and greatest ChatGPT models, which are always very nice, but you might be willing to customize this. And also, if the new model comes out, you might be willing to get back here and revise the model so that you update the model to your needs. Then we have the voice, in which the assistant will read out loud the messages and the listening language. And also we have the most important thing. So this is the system prompt for the assistant. And you can use this system prompt that you have for the first assistant as a rule of thumb on how to create those prompts. However, every assistant of yours will have a different prompt and it will evolve in time. So at the beginning, please focus on just setting the right tone for the assistant. So maybe putting a proper role for your assistant, maybe a marketer or maybe an analyst. So here you would set the role, and then you would set the rules. And the rules are like tone of voice, maybe some specific things in terms of formatting code and stuff like that. So you can put those rules in this format. You don't have to, obviously, it's just a prompt, but you can follow our format. And then you also have facts. He knows his name thanks to this, and he knows the current date thanks to the current date time placeholder that you can use from here. So you have some variables that you can put inside of here. Let's keep it ultra concise and engaging. Obviously, like I said, what you're going to do is just define the assistant here. So for example, you are a marketing assistant and you are helping me with this and that. And then here are the rules, here are the facts. Usually you can add to this master prompt also things like examples. It's a really good way to have examples here like we do for skills. I'll talk about it a bit later, but this system prompt is very similar to what you have in skills. So for example, if I have this fix grammar skill, I will also have the system prompt for this skill. It means that first layer would be the assistant system prompt. And then when I'm using the skill, on top of that, I will also apply the system prompt of the skill. And here you also have some kind of structure. So refined objectives, you have decision logic, you have some examples, and you can obviously use those. As you can see, this is pretty robust and you have quite a few examples here. And I do recommend you to go to our library and just install some assistants, because those are the assistants that you can get straight away from us, and you can install them both with their skills, and then take a look at how those prompts, master prompts, are structured, both for assistants and skills, so that you can start creating your own and maybe get inspired a little bit with what we've created. However, this is not something that you should copy in its entirety. You can experiment with this a lot. You can even start with like very simple system prompt that you are my mentor and please help me, develop my business or something like this, and then start from there. Just make some simple rules and start some conversations. What you will find out is that when you create assistants, you constantly go back and forth between the assistant system prompt, and you will try to make it better every time, because you will get answers that are not necessarily the best that you expect, and then you will just press Command N and then click on this avatar and go back to the system prompt and add some rules so that you want this to behave that way. And also, if you have assistants that, for example, help you format messages or maybe create replies for customer support tickets and stuff like this, it's usually also that you will have a conversation with this assistant, and then you will get back to the system prompt and you will paste the example answer that it gave you and give it a better example. So basically, you will create examples as you go, and you will make those replies to customer service, for example, in a better tone. And this way, you will kind of train the assistant. And in these examples, you will constantly add things to make them better. This is the best way to go. And I think that there's a really great tactic to start from small prompt and then update it as you as you chat with this assistant. Then you have the shortcut, and all of the assistants, they have their own shortcuts that you can apply. You don't have to, but you can apply shortcuts. I use Command 1, 2, 3 for my common assistants. This is really helpful because I can quickly press those buttons and I can switch through the assistants. It's really, really cool. And also, if I speak to one assistant, I can switch to the other one. So for example, now I press Command 2 and I switch to another assistant. As you can see, I have two assistants in one conversation. You can also see it here that when I'm pressing Command 1, 2, 3, 4, I can simply switch in between the assistants. And this is really, really, really cool because, for example, if you have a critical thinking assistant or maybe an assistant that helps you mentoring your business, you can then have a conversation with one assistant that is a marketer, and then you can just call another assistant and you can ask what he thinks about this conversation, and everything that you had in this conversation previously will be, of course, passed as a prompt to the new assistant, and he can refer to this whole context. So that's pretty useful. I hope that you'll use it. And those keyboard shortcuts are really important as well. You can change the order of the assistant by clicking on these arrows. It's only here. You can change it, and you can also go straight from here to editing, and you can land in the very same place that we've been before. And below the system prompt and the shortcut, what you'll have is online mode. So you can make it default if you have assistants that are using internet for most of the time. For example, some researchers, you can have this online mode to be turned by default. And here you have all the skills that you have installed. So from the skills that you have here, you will get the skills, and you will have to each individual skill you will have to turn on for the specific assistant. This way, you won't clutter your assistants with skills. You will only have those necessary skills for appropriate assistants. And of course, some of those skills, such as fixing grammar, can be applied to more than one assistant. But here is a very convenient way to enable all of those copywriting skills, for example, for that assistant, or only this one, or only that one, and this one. So you can do it from the assistant level, but also you can do it from the skill level. If you create a new skill like fix grammar, and you decide that, wow, this skill is great for all of my assistants, then you go ahead and edit the skill, and you simply select it, select all of the assistant, and you save changes. That's as easy as that. Let's go back to the assistants, and here you have skills, you know how to add them, and this is basically it. So you save the changes once you are done, and your assistant is ready to help you. I really encourage you to try out multiple assistants from our library, and we will be adding a lot more assistants to the library too. And also, you can create assistants that will be in appearing in our library, also in future, maybe marketplace, maybe you could earn on those assistants as well. Please take a look at our website and the assistant library. We will constantly update it so that you have the newest and greatest assistant that you can use or get inspired from. I hope that you'll check them out now, and I'll see you in the next one.